that was damn nerve-wracking. We're still leaving Clint Mortensen's.
That way is.
Yeah, there's a scan over there.
Here's a quick scan.
So we're going home from Bonanza Creek Ranch. Are we going home?
Well, we gotta stop.
Well, we gotta go get the. No, we were gonna go to Dollar Tree.
Oh.
Well, we'll figure that out, I guess. Do we need to do both?
I thought we were gonna do both.
Well, let's get $2 worth of gas and $2 worth of Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
Ah, cool.
Guarantee our, continued forward motion in the car.
We got a beanbag in the back seat. Try to say that fast.
Beanbag.
Gotta be no. Gotta beanbag. Gotta beanbag in the back seat. 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 That we dug out of the dumpster. I don't think Clint Mortensen believed it when we told him we were poor. I don't think he believed it.
Nah, we don't look at it.
I didn't even believe it.
I know, it's kind of hard to believe.
But we know that we're not $5,000 richer, right? I'm glad we went there not expecting a grant, but I did expect maybe some wine and cheese. But we got there after they had wine and cheese. It wasn't their fault. It was ours. We got there way late.
Yeah.
After it was over, that's what they told us. It's over.
Yeah.
Somebody else besides you won the grant. But we may have made a great connection for film there.
Yeah, we met.
We met the Holy Goat.
No, we met the goat. We met Mr. Mortensen. It is the goat. The goat is a goat. Mr. Mortensen is the guy who owns
the ranch owner. And in ranch language, which I understand ranch language. Probably better than I understand any other language. That is to say I don't understand it very well, but I have studied language for a long time, and I've studied a little ranch language my whole life.
That's spoken language for quite a while.
Yeah.
It's like...
But in ranch language, being the ranch owner is being the king of the ranch, or being the woman ranch owner is the queen of the ranch. If you're the woman ranch owner and you're alone, you're the king of the ranch. But if you are with a king, like you would be the king of the ranch, and I'd be the queen of the ranch.
Well, we take turns, right?
Well, we do change the scepter around every once in a while.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I mean, like, some days, like, I don't know, you'd have to be the, kind of dominant voice of authority. Maybe,
There's San Marcos Cafe.
Maybe with this.
We love this place.
Maybe with the people. Maybe some days I'd have to be the voice of
the animals.
Gentle, nurturing to my baby, to the people.
Well, and to the animals. Voice of the animal.
Yeah.
Good catch. So, I, in all seriousness, I was very nervous. I had to go to the bathroom with my sweetheart. In that bathroom, I asked for an outhouse, expecting a nice bathroom, and we got a nice bathroom. But if you ask for a nice bathroom and all there is an outhouse, you embarrass other people who have outhouses. I've had an outhouse. I had to use it in the middle of the night where they're up in the mountains of Madrid.
But I've used outhouses.
Huh?
I've never actually had one, but I've used them. Yeah, and I like outhouses.
Well, it was an outhouse I was renting.
Right.
It wasn't just my outhouse, but so thankfully my baby went in to use the restroom with me, and I got a deep breath, composed myself, and then went back out and was just as nervous and embarrassed as ever. But me and my baby handled it well. We are getting smooth at this.
My baby is awesome.
I just trip over myself to do it, because you got to do it.
We did it.
But I don't know what we did. We went up and talked to the king, the rancher, about the Holy Goat. That was me joking. joke I made.
Yeah.
I like to whip out the humor when I'm nervous, so if people start hearing a lot of jokes come out of my mouth, it's because I'm really nervous, okay? Being around people makes me damn nervous. Being around the animals didn't. I did get, you know, that thing that we talked about. I thought you were someone else.
Oh yeah.
That happened with a horse out there.
Oh yeah, it did.
I thought the horse, not with somebody besides it. I thought the horse was Angus, but Angus wasn't that horse.
No.
That's what we learned from Clint Morton.
Yeah, this was a different horse. This was a horse.
My baby and I even looked down under the horse to see if it was the right gender. And it's the right gender,
horse
gelding.
The same color, but the horse is apparently a different name. And,
No, it wasn't just that. It had the personality of the other horse.
Oh,
Kind
wow.
of. But I started talking to the horse, and the horse didn't talk back. It just kept its lips shut. It didn't. It just
was the
ate.
horse Mr. Ed? No.
No,
The
it
horse
was. But
not
we saw
Mr. Ed.
hay.
Yeah.
Man, this is awesome out here.
Yeah, they're going to show them the other way. You have to do show them
Here,
the
will
right
you
way.
hold them?
Yeah, well, yeah.
And point them out past me, because we need a little shelf of some sort sitting here. We could nail one of those pieces of wood right here, Ben. I really think we should, because this, and with a little thing out, that it probably hurt me, but a little one, a real little one, that's safe. But my baby, you were so, I don't know, it's probably.
There we
sound
go.
condescending, but it ain't condescending when you know us. I'm proud of my baby.
I'm proud of my baby too.
We did something very difficult for us. We're disabled and we went in and talked to people. It wasn't easy. That first lady was real nice, but she scared me. She scared me. Not because she was scary, because she was so nice. So I had to run her away to the bathroom. What did I do?
It's kind of awkward. We met a nice lady, but there was really loud music playing, and
we didn't get that grant. We were like
fell. All shouting at one another with the loud music playing. It was all very, you know, it was all very jovial.
It was Nashville music. That it was, yeah, what are you doing playing this Nashville? And I agree. But it's hard to find the good old traditional stuff.
Dang it.
I think we would have made a better Western. I hate it for the guy that did get the grant, but he has to know that there are people up there saying, I'm pulling over here because, well, I mean,
my baby's taking me to the jail.
Oh, is that the jail?
Jail.
I'm just trying to get out of this crazy traffic. I thought it was Santa Fe Studios.
That's Santa Fe Studios. They look a lot alike. I got out of jail once and I thought about walking over to Santa Fe Studios to see if I knew anybody there that could give me a lift.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I interned here. I just got out of jail. But everybody had already been fired or quit that we knew by then. I think
well,
so.
That's
I don't
what I
know.
love about the spirit of this ranch is that it's an outlaw ranch.
Speaking of outlaws, we are the
slowing down.
Yeah.
I don't want to be going fast. I don't even mean to be if I am.
We are the good citizens of the world.
Hill.
And the popos are the outlaws, right, baby? The popos are the ones that
Can I turn it this way? I'm wanting them to see out here, but that's hard to.
No, that's nice. I was trying to show them out there, and this is going to sound weird, but the sun kept getting in the way. And all the stuff on the glass.
Right.
And,
oh, it's all right. You can't just sit there and hold the camera all the time.
And you know what? I'm sure what we got, as usual, is magnificent.
I know it is. And that's the thing. Nobody knows us in the film community, and now one person knows us. And they said they're not a part of the film community necessarily, but they're a rancher. That automatically makes them a part of the film community, right?
Right.
And they were smart to promote their ranch, but they're also smart to let us film on their ranch. And that's what they're going to do.
What did he say when I asked if he was a real big film person? Did he say?
He said, no, not really. He's not really. But he did say his stuff was in Longmire and 310 to Yuma and all these things. So he must actually really be in the film industry, but you know. but doesn't identify. And I think that's smart. I wish we didn't have to identify as it, but if we don't, nobody else is going to identify us as it.
Right. Well, you mean you mean like we need no introduction, or like?
No, I mean that they don't recognize that we're in the film industry.
Oh.
They don't recognize us yet. They don't get it yet.
That's good for us because
I think it's because we're like the sun. Like you said, the sun gets in the way of them seeing us.
Right. We passed a big monkey on the side of the road right when you said that.
Oh, cool.
I think it'll show up.
I hope so. Passed a big monkey on the side of the road.
Passed a big monkey on the side of the road.
We passed a big monkey on the side of the road.
Funky monkey.
Yeah, big old toad.
Big old toad.
I hope that's not a metaphor for me, because I'd be the toad, you'd be the monkey.
I'm the toad, some days you're the monkey, some days baby.
My baby saw an iguana there and said, "Nice iguana."
Yeah.
That was cool, and there was a bonfire. They had wine and hors d'oeuvres that we missed. That was smart of us actually to miss that, because I was going to drink the wine and eat the hors d'oeuvres. Which I don't think there's anything wrong with that, for that party only. You know?
I think it would have been appropriate had we been there, you know.
Yeah, it's harder when we're not there, but we were busy out running around busking and raising funds for ourselves to get the exact same amount of gas we had before we started. But
bizarre.
wow, that was fun. I love the smell of manure. Get me around manure, I'm happy.
I like walking into that little part of that barn with all the hay stacked up, and it smelled like horses and hay.
Smell like horses and hay.
It smelled like horses and hay, hay, hay. Smell like horses and hay.
I bet the girls are gonna just be so pissed off that they didn't get to go out and see that hay and those horses and bison. There was a bison, and some goats.
And some goats.
And many horses. One of them and I had, I had conversations with several of them, but one of them and I had a very stern conversation with one another, didn't we, babe?
Yeah.
It was a kind of a white horse with speckles on it.
It's a cool horse.
We don't know what that's called. It wasn't an Appaloosa. It was something more speckly than this.
It's totally speckly, like
it was like a little gray glitter all over it.
Yeah.
It's white hair.
It's pretty cool.
Well, they do call it horse hair. They don't call it horse fur.
No.
But why?
Yeah.
Well, it's more like hair than fur. That's why. Real thick, strong, fibrous hair. You know, healthy hair.
Healthy hair.
Like the hair that I hope I'll get when it grows out. But
horses wish they had your hair.
Well,
imagine a horse that made him a baby's
short, curly hair right now. Right now, my hair is short and curly.
Your hair is all sorts.
I went out there and really chopped off my hair once, but it's growing back.
It's growing back.
My baby and I went.
It's wavy and wild. And
my baby's hair grows way faster than mine.
I waggle my fingers through.
Yeah, a wiggle and a waggle, a tickle and a tackle. But well, this is the introduction to a lot of people to our show right now.
Hey.
I think this one is going to get the attention. I think this one is going to be noticed by all the filmmakers in this town, and they're going to be like, man, they're bitches. I hate them.
Yeah.
They are better than we are. I hate them. They make us look bad everywhere they fucking go. Yes, we do. We're sorry.
Everywhere you go, there we are.
Yeah, especially when you now see our car says the Land of Tranquil Light YouTube channel on it, on both sides. And I'm going to write Namyo Horenge Kyo on the back. That way anybody behind us will be shakabuku.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, totally cool, because we need to shakabuku everyone, you know. And by that I mean introduce them to Buddhism, Namyo Horenge Kyo. So now you've all been introduced to Namyo Horenge Kyo, you'll all attain enlightenment. Now give us money and help us.
It's a big day for you.
And watch our clips, right? What else?
It's a big day for us. It's a big day for
It's a big day for them, and they don't even know it, but they'll figure it out eventually. And if some of them do know it, and they're the smart ones, but if they don't know it, they're still the smart ones. So they'll figure it out at some point. We're going to Dollar Tree. We've been low riding. I'm really wanting to listen to rap, but not with the radio on. So I mean, yes, with the radio on, but not with this on. So anyway, Clint Mortensen's going to let us contact him about using his goat in a film.
Yeah,
that
it was very awkward.
Yeah,
Subject
it's awkward, but it's all right.
broach,
All of that is very awkward. You know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not every day somebody asks to have access to your goat.
I want to do a scene with your goat. It's like, my baby shirt was all of that.
Yeah. I can't help but say that.
I know.
I don't know, because this is a dark world, and that people think that it could be.
We're making a children's film.
Yeah,
there might be some
more bad than that or something. There ain't no bad. We're not going to hurt your goat.
There might be some.
Not anybody's goat.
No, we're not gonna. No, we're not gonna. No, we're not gonna.
No, we wouldn't hurt a goat. And thank goodness, but
there might be some foul language.
There'll probably be some goat cheese involved if we're lucky, right?
Foul language or goat cheese.
Goat cheese is all we'd want. Well, not goat. Not the. They don't eat goats.
You hope. You get foul cheese.
But we wouldn't do that, and we just want cheese. Yeah, we don't want foul cheese.
Do goats say ba? I know lambs say ba. What do goats say?
Only not like exactly that sound, but a different. You have to hold your throat differently from that. We got it. So now that we are the most obnoxious people in this town, whatever it takes, like that song says, whatever it takes. That song was playing when we got out of the car.
Yeah,
we did it. Whatever it takes. We were scared. I wanted to turn right around and drive away. I did, but I didn't. I stayed. Me and my baby stayed, and we were brave, and we sat by the bonfire. And then my baby said, "I think we could go and approach this owner of the ranch, this gentleman of the ranch."
Like an approachable person.
And I hope he's got a good-natured side that can take a lot of razzing, because that's the only way to be in a relationship with us.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be able to take some razzing.
Razzing the
Razzing on the horizon.
Razzing.
There's razzing on the horizon if he really does want to work with us. And he's going to have to do all of it for free for now. And just have a little faith that it's all going to come back. It's all going to come back. It's all going to come back. The reward is just having us film his goat. For now, that's the reward. But later it'll be better than that.
It's going to be better.
Heck, you never know. If we could ever get access to that yurt again, what could happen?
That's true, baby.
If we invite Gary Farmer up there.
You get the goat and the yurt and Gary Farmer.
Gary Farmer, why is he ignoring us? He is not. He doesn't know. He does know we're out there. Who in the heck wouldn't watch their own clip called Gary Farmer? But whatever.
Yeah, you bet.
I bet Gary Farmer farms. I bet he really does farm some. A little bit.
What do you think he farms, baby?
Well, the same thing we'd farm if we had a farm.
Yep, I think you're right.
Tomatoes.
Yeah.
I did plant a tomato plant. Not planted. It's in a pot in the house.
Well,
and a pepper plant.
Planted.
Yeah, it's not planted in the ground, and it probably won't be. Because our ground doesn't have deep enough soil.
But it could grow tomato, though, huh?
I hope it'll grow several tomatoes.
Yeah.
So, if in the future you guys see a goat in my sweet baby's film, The Horse Shouter, see, that name makes people want to watch it.
Yeah.
The Horse Shouter. It's original, and it's thought-provoking. It's thought-provoking. It's making a statement against all these horse whisperers.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, some horse people get tired of that horse shit. But I like whispering to horses, but obviously I kind of like. Oh, I had that conversation with that horse.
That we like manure. We like
the
smell, so. You know,
But,
horse shit is
can I
generally
tell
alright
him?
with us, but you know.
Okay, one of the horses, I raised my hand slowly in front of its face, and it let me pet its nose. The next horse, the speckled one, I raised my hand in front of its nose, and it raised its head up and said, "Do you want me waving my nose in your face?" And I said, "No." And he said, "Well, don't go waving your hand in my face." And I'm like, "I do apologize."
Oh, I thought you were being polite.
I was being polite, but it wasn't polite to him. To him, it was aggressive, and I don't want that, you know. I didn't want to be like that, so I apologized to him, and
Well, yeah, okay. They all
and thankfully
have
we got out of that without a
their
scuffle.
dispositions.
Because that horse was big, and I wouldn't want to have to
The other one was very happy to
tame it, but
offer you its nose, basically, and say, "Yeah, you want to touch my nose? Here's my
well,
nose."
that one understood my spirit. It
Yeah.
understood my gentleness. The other one said, "Fuck you, you're waving your fucking hand in my face. Quit fucking waving your fucking hand in my face." And I said, "Okay," because he was waving his nose in my face. He was kind of OG in that way.
He was.
you know.
He was.
And he tamed me,
But you know
and
what?
I left.
That's the horse that if you can, like, you know,
Befriend
strike
it.
the right chord with that horse is gonna like win the race for you. You know?
Yeah, it will.
It'll be like, well, it'll win the race for itself, really, that horse, probably, because it's like, but it'll let
Yeah.
you be on its
Yeah.
back while it does it. You know?
Right.
And in part, it'll win the race because, you know, you said, "Hey, let's do this, horse," and we said, "Yeah."
And when I said, "Hey," it really perked up its ears and said, "Okay," for hey.
Hey.
So, should this be it? We're going to Dollar Tree, then we're going to go home and cook some food or heat up some food.
Smoke lots of marijuana. There, I said it.
We're going to smoke. But does that make people then not want to fund us? Because we smoke the marijuana?
No, believe us, we need it. We need it, and
I don't
we all
think
can
we'd be as
grateful that we're smoking it.
clear-headed without
No,
it.
I don't know that we would have made it like out the door, let alone out.
No,
to this
we
thing
wouldn't have.
today. And
Yeah,
out
and
to,
we needed to. We're fearful people. We're skittish.
So this was good for us. This was good for us.
We did it. We went out and interacted with humans, and that is the first time since we interacted with the mayor. That is good. Me and you are motivated to meet high-powered people in this town.
We kind of go right to the top. My baby got us out
I
there.
hate
She said,
fudging around with people
said-
on the low end because they'll just
she
refer
said-
you
she said,
here and there and there and
she
there
said-
and there. No, we got to go
no
up
offense
to
to
the,
that one lady.
well,
She said that
the
lady
horse's
was
mouth.
really
kinda.
nice, but I could tell that, you know, that wasn't the lady that really knew the answers to the
No,
questions
because she
you're trying to
referred us
ask.
elsewhere, and I said,
she
"No,
said,
we'll
"You know
talk
what
to
we
Clint
gotta do? We
Mortensen
gotta go
about
talk
it."
to the guy who owns the
And she was
ranch,
like, "Oh,
you
you
know,
know,"
because
she
he's
was
the
kind
guy.
of
He's
like,
the guy. He's
"I don't
the-
want to be rude, but I did drop the name." To her,
Right,
so
right.
that she would realize, no, we're serious. We really want to film this goat for free. So, and because if we have to wait till we can afford Bonanza Ranch, they're going to have to do way more than give us a freaking $5,000 deal. Or Bonanza Ranch is going to have to do it for free and provide a goat.
Is that what they mean when they say there's a ranch? That I guess it means you could like rent the ranch.
You can rent the ranch.
And bring in
those
your
are
own
cool
animals,
ranches, but
probably.
that's for people with money, lots of money.
Bring in your own animals. 'cause
Yeah,
they're just
and we
like-
don't have our own animals unless it's a cat and 2 chihuahuas, but
Right.
we're not doing the chihuahua whisperer.
Nah, though we might later.
But I will say I tried to communicate with Angus, and Angus wasn't listening. Probably wasn't Angus.
Right.
Unless it was Angus saying, "Why are you trying to blow my cover here? I got it good. I've got it good."
Shh. Don't tell him.
Don't tell him
I'm
about
on
my
witness protection here.
shady past.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if that was Angus. I am sorry that I outed you, but I felt a need to connect and get to, like, say hi to Angus. I didn't say goodbye to Angus. I didn't even say goodbye.
Well.
But it wasn't Angus, so it was okay.
What about
A couple of dogs came up to get chanted for.
the first time around? Did you get a chance to say goodbye to Angus then?
Probably not. Yeah, I think I did.
Well, there you go.
I don't
That's
know. You know me, I'm a free spirit here one day and completely,
we
God knows where the next.
Say goodbye, and Angus says hello.
Yeah.
Hello
to somebody else, because I'm not around anymore.
Well, in the spirit of Angus, that horse said hello.
Yeah.
It said hello. It said hello.
He embodied a little Angus for me.
Yeah. We all got a little Angus in us, baby.
Yeah.
Angus in us. It'd be a weird.
Yeah, like Colonel Angus,
Yeah,
remember from
Colonel
Saturday Night
Angus,
Live?
yeah.
We'll drop it there, but
Alright.
that was Saturday Night Live, the special with, what's his name?
Christopher
Walken.
Yeah.
I can't remember people's names, especially if their names are important to me, so that says for everybody whose name I actually remember, they're not important to me. No, they're also important to me. But sometimes whenever I get really under pressure about remembering a name, I can't remember it.
Yeah, me too.
Forgive me if
would
I
be
do
terrible
that,
on
please.
Jeopardy, you know, and anytime I actually need to remember a name, I feel like I'm on Jeopardy all of a sudden.
Really?
I can't remember. You know,
Do you ask a question? Do you say,
well, no, actually that's not true, because you know what, usually when it
I
comes
don't know
to,
how to do the question
when it comes
thing.
to people's names, the truth is I probably didn't know them in the first place. But if I was on Jeopardy, I might know some
Hey,
of the
let's do a
answers
shout out
the
to Isaiah.
questions, or the questions to the
He was
answers.
hanging around outside our house, and I
But I wouldn't be able to
recognized him and
remember
remembered his
'cause
name,
I'd
which is
seize
easy
up
because he's
under the
Isaiah.
pressure.
Let's do a little shout out to Isaiah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yo. Here, let's put that down. God, this is horrid.
Nothing. It's nothing. Okay.
Yo, Isaiah.
What's up?
That was cool to see you out there right outside our front porch or back porch playing basketball.
Yeah.
And
smoke
saying
pot.
hi to us,
Yeah,
so.
It's, don't.
Hi to us. Okay, we'll catch you later, dudes. Bye-bye.
You say bye, we say hi.
Yeah. When you say something, we say hey.
We say hey. When you say ho.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey ho.